So we got a basic idea of what slopes are and what they look like, but now we're actually going to calculate them. What is the value of a line's slope? So you need two things to do this. You need 2 points along the line, any 2 points along the line. And this formula right here, m is equal to rise over run, or delta y over delta x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. These are all different ways to represent slope. But just know that in math, generally speaking, whenever you see the letter m, we're talking about slope. So we'll use these 3 formulas to figure out what the slope of a line is. All right, I got a line here. We're going to find the slope of it. So the first thing we need is 2 points. So I'm just going to pick, let's go with that point right there, and how about that point right there. We're going to call this point point number 1, because it's furthest to the left. It comes first if you're following the path of the line going left to right. And then we're going to call this point point number 2. So point 1 is going to be 1, 1. So since points have an x and y coordinate, for point 1 here, I'm going to call the x coordinate, let's call that x1, and then the y coordinate y1, because they belong to point number 1. For point 2, same thing, but instead of x1, y1, we're going to call them x2 and y2, because they are part of point number 2. This is going to make using this formula really easy, because we just plug in the values and we get the answer. So instead of y2 minus y1, well, I know y2 is 4, and then minus y1, well, that's 1, all over x2, which again is 4, minus x1, which is again 1. All right, 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that means our slope is equal to 1. This delta y over delta x version of the formula, delta just means change, or the difference of, which means subtraction. So that's why we are subtracting our y and x values. But if we wanted to use rise over run, we're going to have to look at the graph. So rise just means if you're going from point 1 to point 2, how much vertical movement did you have to go up or down to get from point 1 to point 2? So if the y value of point 1 is there, and the y value of point 2 is here, well, how many steps did I have to go from 1 to get to 2? So I got 1, 2, 3. So our rise is 3, similar to what we got there. The run, same thing, but now you're just comparing x movement, or left and right movement. Going from point 1 to 2, we're moving to the right. So if I start here, that's where the x value of point 1 is, and the x value of point 2 is over here. And if I count it, I got 1, 2, 3. So my run is also 3, which is what I got down here. And again, we get our slope. Slope is equal to 1. Just to show you it works with any 2 points, I'm going to pick this point and this point. So my new points are going to be point 1. That's going to be -5, -5. And then point 2 is going to be -4, -4. Again, we got our x1, y1, x2, y2. And just plug everything in to that equation right there. So y2 is going to be -4. That's what it is over here. Y2 minus, and then what's y1? Well, it's -5. So we're going to have -4 minus -5, all divided by x2, which is -4, minus x1, which happens to be -5 again. Remember that if you have minus a minus, or 2 negative signs next to each other, actually all we do is we just change those to plus signs, and you add the 2 together, so you get -4 plus 5, which is 1 over -4 plus 5, also 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1, so again, our slope is 1. You can also just look at the rise versus the run. So for here, these 2 points, the rise is only 1 step, so rise equals 1, and then the run from here to here, I should say, is also going to be 1.